Excelência.
Your Excellency, the Minister of Mineral Resources, Oil and Gas, Your Excellency, the Secretary of States, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's with great honor that in the name of the employees from IRDP, I speak to Your Excellencies in this 6th edition of the Conference of Angola Oil and Gas for a brief discussion about the role of IRDP and the aspects related with the current law framework, as well as the opportunities of investment in the oil and gas sector in Angola. Our responsibility to control, regulate, and monitor the activities of the oil sector, namely the refining of crude oil, the importation, storage, transportation, distribution, and commercialization of oil products. IRDP has been a fundamental body for the maintenance of transparency, efficiency, and sustainability in the growing market, which constitutes today a segment of strategic interest and economic interest for the country. Likewise, its performance has as aim to protect the interests of the consumers by guaranteeing the healthy competition between competitors in the market and assure the rigorous compliance of the rules and quality norms of the products and services, and the insurance of people and goods, as well as environmental protection. Your Excellencies, dear participants, the systems of petroleum derivative is sustained by a robust legal framework, but in continuous improvement, having as a starting point law number 28/11 of the 1st of September that establishes the legal basis for the establishment and performance of the sector by offering thus legal subsistence to economic agents. From this law, we have other legal instruments, highlighting the Presidential Decree number 208/19 of July, which establishes the judicial regime which highlights the activities of the sector by creating fundamental instances for a sustainable development and irreversible measures for the petroleum derivatives, and consequently improve the distribution of petroleum derivatives throughout the country. The referred legal framework formalizes the opening of the market and decentralizes the licensing of the activities of downstream to allow and facilitate the participation of agents that are interested in the importation, storage, transportation, and distribution and commercialization of oil product activities. With this effect, the dispositions in the current diploma or law liberalizes all the value chain and defines the main activities of IRDP, giving an openness to the participation of private players in the market. Ladies and gentlemen, in the current context of the energy transition, the energetic paradigm has been focused in the actions of decarbonization of the traditional energy sources, diversification of the energetic matrix by integrating renewable sources and smaller sources like greenhouse gas and natural gas, as well as the introduction of new technologies and the digitalization of the system. Therefore, this paradigm presents for the regulatory bodies considerable challenges related with the capacity to create adequate regulations to ensure the coexistence of diverse energy sources, to accommodate new technologies, ensure energy security and equity in the distribution at reasonable prices, as well as to monitor environmental impact. In the Angolan context, the main companies that act in the downstream sector have been deploying some actions that are contributing to the revolution of the environmental impact. That is, the integration of photovoltaic systems for the strengthening of energies in the fueling stations, the connection of points or hubs for the recharge of electric vehicles, EVs, as well as actions to create awareness about environmental aspects. Above all, for the sustainable development of the value chain, we have insight the development of the regulatory framework to incentivize even more the decarbonization of the downstream sector. Dear participants, Your Excellencies, our vision for the segment of petroleum derivatives aligned to the self-sustenance or self-sufficiency commitment as well as the capacity for storage is focused in the improvement and distribution of petroleum products throughout the country. In this manner, we have identified diversified activities of investment in this segment, and we take this opportunity to share during this conference with highlight to the building and expansion of filling stations, the building of infrastructures for the filling of bottles of botanic gas and the filling of botanic gas for hotel chains, houses, hospitals, and other groupings that needs this type of facilities. The building of factories of lubricant products, the building of factories for production and requalification of gas containers and other more projects in the sector. As we have made reference, the current legislation gives an opening to private investment to invest in the project of mid and downstream. And IRDP reiterates all its availability to support institutionally the interested companies in this field of activities, of whose objective is to improve the offer of petroleum derivatives with its quality. We take opportunity in this forum to invite more investors to operate in Angola and develop their activities in the logistics area, in distribution and commercialization of petroleum derivatives. Thank you very much for your attention.